Alright, Shalom, Michael. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Rekah, Kodash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect that teaches His word in all true faith and sincerity. And yeah, today, I just want to title this lesson, The Spirit of Noah. The Spirit of Noah, because as the scriptures say, that we are in the days of Noah. So guess what? You have to put on that same spirit as Noah, because the Lord He made a covenant with them. That matter of fact, I'm gonna get something real quick. This is Genesis Genesis 6:17 says, "And behold, I even I," and this is the Lord talking to Noah, man, and He's claiming full responsibility of what He's about to do. It says, "And behold, I, even I, do bring a flood of waters upon the earth to destroy all flesh, wherein is the breath of life from under heaven, and everything that is in the earth shall die. But with thee will I establish my covenant, and thou shalt come into the ark, thou and thy sons and thy wife, and thy sons' wives with thee." So the Lord made a covenant with Noah and his son. He said he made a covenant with Noah that he and his house, will be preserved. That will escape the judgment of the flood. You know, because it would. You know, but guess what? The Lord had a certain spirit on him. He had to pretty much their art wasn't made. It wasn't just gonna magically appear before the first raindrop came, man. He had to work to build that ark, and that's pretty much what I want to touch on. Because you really, even though we hasten in the day, we know, through the spirit of power, Yahweh Shemir Shai, that this place in America is not going to go on forever. But you got to be in the spirit of prophesying for 120 years, man. I ain't saying that we're going to be here for another 100 plus years, but you got to have the mindset to endure and just keep on building, man. It's this spiritual temple, man. Keep on pushing his word out. So this is Genesis 5:29. And he called his name Noah, saying, "This saying shall comfort us concerning our work and toil of our hands, because of the ground which the Lord have cursed." Yeah, and why are we comforted? Uh, because you think about Noah. You think about Noah because pretty much the people thought that his work was in vain. He's building this ship. He didn't. As a matter of fact, the rain, that was a new thing, man. That never happened before the flood. But guess what? Noah had the faith in Yahweh Shema Shai. As a matter of fact, Genesis 6 and let's see, Genesis chapter 6 and and verse 3. Matter of fact, I started one just to get the context of it. This is Genesis 6:1, and it came to pass when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born unto them, that the sons of God saw the daughters of men that they were fair, and they took them wives of all which they chose. And yeah, because those evils were multiplied in the earth, man. Because why you think Nehemiah was beating up Jake, man? Well, because once you intermingle with these nations, you're gonna take on their philosophies as well. And that's what happened. You know. So verse 3, it says, "And the Lord said, My spirit shall not always strive with man, for that he also is flesh, yet his days shall be numbered 120 years." See, the Lord pretty much showed Noah that, look, in 120 years, I'm gonna bring a flood upon this place, man. You know, so that's what the pretty much, as a matter of fact, but jump down to verse 6. It says, "But Noah," I mean, it's like in verse 8. He says, but Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord. See? But it was Noah that found grace in the eyes of the Lord. He was separate from them from the world pretty much, man. He was separate from the world. That's how he found grace. Yahweh Shai, you know, because it was that lineage that that came from Adam that stuck with the law, statutes, and commandments, man. You know, because I believe Abraham, uh, his father, he was worshiping the sun and the moon, man. That's why the Lord told him. He said, "Get thee away from thy father and thy mother." Why? Because they was worshiping idols, man. You you know. So this is Hebrews 11 and 7. It says, by faith, Noah being warned of the Most High of things not seen as yet, moved with fear. See, we you know, when you first came to the truth, when the Lord show you this truth, you know what I mean, by the way of the internet, or you coming across account, you have been warned of the things that's not had came yet. They are to prophesy to say before it happens. You know, so we will move with fear. But the thing is, Noah, he had a time. The Lord gave him a time where uh, uh, um, he's going to bring the discretion. It said, no man nor the hour. What no man know the hour. Even how I don't know. So what you got to do? You just got to keep on doing it, man. Noah had a time, so he okay, 120 years, but that don't. He didn't. That didn't mean he had time to slack off. You know, that was a huge art. It took 120 years to build it. Yeah, I mean. You know, so to go back to it, said by faith, Noah being warned of the Most High of things not seen as yet, moved with fear, prepared an ark to the saving of his house. See, and that's why, uh, pretty much, Noah he comfort, man. When you think about, you getting mocked and scoffed, you just think about Noah, man. You know, he prepared an ark to the saving of his house. The people didn't see why they counted his life madness, his end to be without honor. They thought he was just gonna die, uh, you know, in vain, man. Pretty much, they just thought that he just built an art. He did it in vain. His work was going in vain, but not knowing it was for the saving of his house. It says, by the which he condemned the world and became heir of the righteousness which is by faith. Meaning what? He is we can look at Noah and you see he was a faithful man, but it says he was building the ark and he was prophesying, he was condemning the world, man. you know and he was doing this for 120 years, and that's the contract. That's part of the contract is endurance. you know Matthew 24 and verse 13, it says, but he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. See, you had to continue to do this work, man. Noah couldn't, after 50 years, 60 years, he 50% done with the ark. He like, man, you know what, man? No, man. And the thing is, the Lord, he gave him a time limit. He gave him a time wherewith he was gonna bring the discretion. We don't know the time. Matter of fact, let's see. Let me see if I can find something real quick. Because we don't know the time. The Lord is going to just pop up on us, man. And he ain't going to give us a time and say, yeah, at this time we're going to come. Because if that, our Jacob be right there. Our Jacob be right there. Let's see if I can find this real quick. Bear with me, Aki. Let's see. Yep, that's it. Matthew 24. Yep. And verse 44 in the spirit. It says, matter of fact, let me jump up to 42. This is Matthew 24:42. Watch therefore, for ye know not what hour your Lord doth come. See, I mean, what continue to do this work, continue to push this work, continue to watch for the prophecies to pass, continue to watch for that microchip, which is the mark of the beast, to be implemented, man. It says, but know this, that if the good man of the house had known and what watched the thief would come, he would have watched and would have not suffered his house to be broken up. Man, what he was ready, man. You think that because the lights went out that he's not woke. But we watching for the Lord to return, man. We're waiting for these devils to come and roll on us, to kick in these doors and all that. Because this is not the time to be comfortable, man. You have to be on all 10 toes, man. He said, therefore be ye also ready, for at such an hour as ye think not the Son of Man cometh. See, be ready, because the people wasn't ready in the time of Noah. Matter of fact, let me jump up to 37. But as the days of Noah were, so also the matter of fact, let me jump up to 36. It's like it. Matthew 24:36. But of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days they were eating, it's like, but as in the days before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark. And you see the balance, because they were eating and drinking, partying and bullshit while Noah was working, man. He was building that ark. So that was the balance. And guess what we had? That's what we have in this day. We have bread and circus, man. But guess what? The men of the Lord is building that spiritual temple, man. That the house of David, that house that's gonna be protected from that wind, that storm. You know, it says, "And knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be." See, and guess what? And it was a build up. It was 120 years. Noah told it on day one that they gonna die, man. The Lord gonna bring a flood. He did this for 120 years, man. He endured. Yeah, I mean, but the people laughed at it. After 70 years, you don't think Noah was really wanted the Lord to kill? Yeah, I mean, they still mocking him. Yeah, I mean, he said, yeah, I mean, a little bit over 50%, 100 years, he's still doing it, man. And they just they did it even more eating and drinking, get married and giving into marriage. Same thing America has going on, man. The more you tell them, and yeah, I mean, the longer you tell them, the more they're gonna go and do this folly, man. But we see the Lord gives the outside to see that this place is going down, man. But jump down to verse 44 again, Matthew 24:44. Therefore be ye also ready, for in such an hour as ye think not the Son of Man cometh, meaning what? Continue to do this work. Yeah, it can seem like a long time, you know, but this is just a shadow. We just passing by, man. And the Lord have woke us up at the end of the movie, man. You know, we ain't like we in the beginning or the middle. We at the end of the movie. The Lord said, "Better is the end of a thing." It could seem like it's a long time, and yeah, I mean, but you had to continue to endure, man. You know, it, it if it don't come this year, well, hey, we're gonna continue to push it, hope that it come the next year or the next year or the next year, because anything is better than being here, man. You know, but the point is, we you gotta have the spirit to be ready. We'll continue to push. You know, it says, who then is a faithful and wise servant, whom his Lord had made ruler over all his house, to give him. I think that was the point. Oh, matter of fact, yeah, to give them meat in due season. See, that faithful and wise servant. Because guess what? It said, who know the mind of the Lord? Because guess what? The Lord, he is known for just popping up. Yeah, I mean, that faithful, and we faithful and wise, because we understand, we believe in Yahweh Shemashah, and we wise because we know the Lord can put you in a trick bag. Just like matter of fact, let me get some real quick. Because you have to believe in Yahweh Shemi outside. The Lord is gonna a lot of people's gonna so like a lot of people is gonna get offended in the day of trouble, man. Because matter of fact, let me just get this is Revelation 2:10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that you may be tried, and ye shall have tribulations 10 days. 10 days be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. And yeah, just that, and except having tribulation 10 days, guess what? These guys will literally, yeah, I mean, you might be in a concentration camp for 10 days, man. Yeah, I mean, and and ain't nothing happened. Then the 11th day coming. Now you took the chip, man. That's why I said, "Be thou faithful unto death," man. You gotta understand that was just a period of time. That means what you have to endure a period of time of being tested, man. you know, you gonna have to be tested for a period of time because these guys will take it literally. And yeah, I mean, on the 11th day, they're like, man, just give me the chip. Yeah, I mean. So there it says, verse 45. It said, "Who then is that is a faithful and wise servant, whom his Lord have made ruler over his household to give them meat in due season? Blessed is that servant whom his Lord when he cometh shall find so doing." Man, what still doing the work, even though you know you got to still do this work, man. Even when the Lord returns, because just see you ain't got that platform to push this word out. When all hell breaks loose, you might have a a, a group of people with you, and you're gonna be telling them the scriptures, man. You're gonna be breaking down the scriptures to them. You're gonna tell them it's the Lord. Yeah, how about Shemi outside? It's not Jebus. Yeah, then you're gonna say it's the Lord Yahweh or Yahweh Shai. He's doing all this, man. You know, but point is Noah did it for 120 years, man. We are in the days of Noah. I ain't saying that this place gonna go on for another 120 years, but you gotta have the experience of endurance, man. The spirit of endurance, man. Because matter of fact, I know some more in this Genesis 6. Bear with me. Let me see. Matter of fact, I think that was pretty much it. Okay, that was pretty much it. Yeah, I just hope they were edifying. We just gotta endure, man. We almost out of here though, you know. So with that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakakodash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect, the teachers word in our true faith and sincerity. BTA, Abad Babal, and Shalak Rayan to you monsters and you demons, man. And with that, Shalom.